The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Mr. Amsterdam, thank you for your time and thank you for taking my questions. Giorgi Bachiashvili named Henri Okhanashvili, GD head of the State Security Services, as a person who was on board of the same flight that transported him back to Georgia. What does this claim change?
Well, it simply assists us in determining the culpability of the Georgian government for this kidnapping. Again, what Georgia has done in this case is criminal. The Georgian government is behaving like any junta in a country in the third world. They have reduced themselves to a non-recognized non-government using military-style force to go after political opponents. They have to kidnap people because their courts have no legitimacy. Their judges are sanctioned. The world understands this is a criminal operation. And Mr. Kvanchilashvili and all of his thugs will regret what they've done.
Mamuka Mdinaradze said, joking or half joking, that he's really satisfied if that happened, because like in movies, Okhanashvili managed to have a special operation in another country. What do such comments tell you in this case?
Listen, again, you know, like the mafia, the Georgian government behaves in, you know, criminal ways. They undoubtedly used all forms of state action to attempt to extort an individual for the private gain of Mr. Kvanchilashvili. Georgia is no longer a state. It is the private playground of a billionaire, and it's completely shameful.
But who supported GD and Kvanchilashvili's government, as you say, in this particular case? I mean, do you think Bachiashvili was, for example, part of the business deal with UAE, like the international media reports that UAE made this transaction, so to say, possible in exchange to Georgia's support of the UNWTO chair instead of Zurab Pololikashvili? I mean, who is supporting GD in this case?
You know, I want to be clear. We're not going to speculate without the facts in front of us. A crime was committed. People who are involved in this should ultimately go to jail, and we're going to take the time to investigate it properly. Mr. Bachiashvili has a tremendous team of lawyers in Georgia. We're privileged to work with them, and we're lawyers. We're going to investigate and make determinations after due diligence is employed.
But why aren't you stating what the fact might be? For example, in which country was Giorgi Bachiashvili? Was it Abu Dhabi? Was it UAE? Why aren't you stating this information openly?
Well, I think you can assume we have legal reasons for what we're doing. The perpetrator of this crime is the Republic of Georgia, period. The facts that other countries may have been involved all relate to issues that we're in the process of sorting out.
Yes, I understand, but this doesn't change the fact that Giorgi Bachiashvili was somewhere. I mean, who are you hiding this information from? I'm following your logic. If you are saying that prosecutor's office is Ivanishvili's prosecutor's office, then what is the logic of hiding this information and not stating it openly?
No one is hiding. It's very clear where George was at the time. It's been reported. But while we're in the process of investigating facts, we don't intend to sit here and make comments that could impede an investigation. Finding out the facts, investigating everything in detail properly is more important than satisfying your curiosity.
Yes, maybe. But these questions stem from the fundamentally different narratives that GD government has and what Bachiashvili has. For example,
George has said, let me just be very clear. George has made it clear he was not found on the border. The Guardian has reported he was in Dubai. So it's very, very clear that the statement by the government was completely false. That much is clear. We're just not going to go into details and antagonize other governments before we've understood exactly what went on.
How satisfying was then Georgian Airways' response to Bachiashvili's claims? First, they stated that accusations were completely baseless and meaningless, and later they said that the person who pays for the charter flight has the right to designate any individual to use the return leg, and Georgian Airways does not intervene in this process as the flight is considered private charter ordered by a client. Does this explanation seem grounded and logical to you?
Nothing about this seems grounded and logical. You need to always underscore that Mr. Bachiashvili is a political prisoner. He is guilty of nothing. The courts in Georgia are playing a performance, as is true of any show trial. I'm not going to dignify what they're doing with any justification or legitimacy. It is a bankrupt system. It is morally reprehensible. The charges he faces are bogus and completely absurd. And this all relates to the interest Ivanishvili has in stealing Georgia's money. It's just that simple. And nothing complex about what they did. They committed a crime. They kidnapped him. They lied about it. They blindfolded the man. And everyone in Georgia knows that they're completely full of crap and that they have absolutely no basis for what they're doing to this man. Putting him in jail for 11 years. Outrageous. Criminal. The judge who did that will ultimately be sanctioned, as will everyone else involved. Bachiashvili is 100% correct. Every prosecutor, every individual involved with these crimes will ultimately pay a price.
Yesterday, on June 10, Transparency International published a paper. It was titled "Georgian Airways Participated in the Abduction of Giorgi Bachiashvili." Earlier, you told us it was rendition instead of arrest. So what is it? What is this case about?
It is rendition. There's not even an issue, and rendition even is too much of a word that makes it appear as if it's a government. The clique around Ivanishvili are not a government; they're a junta. They're not legally empowered. They have no rights. They are criminals, and that's exactly how they should be treated.
Do you know how Bachiashvili is doing in jail?
My understanding is that his treatment inside the prison has been adequate, and that's all I can say.
Is he safe?
No one in a Georgian prison is safe, and I won't go further than to refer everyone to the numerous cases before the ECHR on Georgian prisons. No one inside a Georgian prison is safe. Georgia does not have the rule of law. Georgia's judges are sanctioned. Their penitentiaries are not respected in terms of conforming to international principles. There is nothing good that can be said about Georgia's present situation.
Have you dug deeper into Amsterdam and partners' concerns about the safety and life threats to Georgi Bachiashvili? Do you have any news in that direction?
Those concerns are only multiplied by the fact that he is now incarcerated. So that's why I want to be extremely cautious about what I say in terms of prison conditions or anything else. Because as on top of everything, George is a hostage.
Where does this case, Bachiashvili's case, take you from here, from this point right now? I mean, you will follow the court decisions and then what? Because you say that it is Ivanishvili's court and you do not have any hope that it will be ruled for Bachiashvili.
There are many options available that are being weighed, and we're not going to outline our legal strategies today for the benefit of Mr. Ivanishvili.
What is your message, the main message then today that you want our viewers and followers to take away from this interview?
That no one is safe in Georgia, that the heroic protests, which are nearing, I think, the 200th day, need only to continue, and that Ivanishvili and his fraudulent government cannot be normalized. That's the message. And this kidnapping is just another example of this junta behaving in a manner that is grossly wrong and illegal.
Thank you, Mr. Amsterdam, for these comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.